Do you agree / disagree that the Make America movement, Make America Great movement, again, MAGA movement, is a cult?
No. Why don't you explain to me and the audience what is a cult?
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Charlie Kirk, the head honcho, the big dog over at Turning Point USA, going on a college tour and educating young people about a variety of subjects, as he has done for many years now. In this instance, he was at the University of Tennessee. Go Vols. Now, if you don't know the way these things work, what happens is it'll be an event put on by Turning Point. They'll promote it, and once he's there, you got a big crowd of students waiting for him. They come up to the microphone, one after the other, and they ask a question. Now, this question is often meant to challenge Charlie Kirk. Why are you conservative? Why do you hate this group? Why do you hate that group? The question can be entertaining, and so can the answer. But ultimately, I believe the student is left educated, which is the entire point. Okay, when you're in college, you're there to be educated. You have a curriculum, you have a guideline or whatever you got to follow when it comes to your coursework, but you're also educated in other ways, socially being one of them, and you're educated about things that impact the world that are beyond what your teachers will teach you. This is part of it. Now, before I go any further, let's get into a different question. This time it's about the Transformers in the bathrooms, because I think a lot of these young people have grown up with that. Okay, I'm old enough to be their parent. Like, I'm 40. These people are like 18 and 21. So my generation is different than theirs, although I was observing what was happening to them from the outside. Being 35 years old, asking, hey, what's going on with the Transformers in high school bathrooms? These people have actually experienced it. Some of them agree with it. Some of them don't. And I think that she could be one that kind of agrees with it. Let's look at this. I'll link to this question and all the others in the box. If you're on IG, visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Why can you not respect the existence of trans people?
If you mean lying, I won't lie. But every human being is made in the image of God, and so they deserve human rights.
It's lying to... I'm confused. What?
It is a lie to call somebody
By
a
a
sex,
pronoun that they prefer.
to call them a pronoun that is not rooted in reality. Let me ask you, can anyone become a woman?
It doesn't have anything to do with me, so yes.
Okay, if a biological man came next to you in your dormitory or locker room, would you be okay with that?
If they came next to me,
And started
yeah,
changing next to you?
Sure.
For you guys that are watching, for the women out there who are watching, are you okay with a transgender woman, I suppose, a biological man, being in your personal space, dorm room, locker room, things of this nature? Are y'all cool with that? Y'all let me know in the comments.
What does that have to do with me?
A naked man comes next to you in the locker room and just starts saying, hey, how you doing? You have no issue with that.
If it was someone that identified as a woman and they weren't hostile towards me?
How are you going to know which person will be hostile and which person won't be hostile? How do you know that? The best way to prevent all of that would be to have women in women's spaces and men in men's spaces. But I digress.
No, I wouldn't mind.
Okay, so there is a mental delusion out there where people think that they are 12 years old. Should we affirm that?
No.
Okay, so then if we don't affirm that mental delusion, why should we affirm the mental delusion where men who think they are women or women who think they are men?
Because there's a power like problem with age.
And there's no power problem between men becoming women or going into locker rooms or winning female trophies or winning female sports?
There can be, but it's all about people being comfortable and being respectful.
You see, this is where we have a difference. So you look at the world through trying to accommodate the comfort of the oppressed. We look at the world through right and wrong, moral and immoral, and just and unjust. We don't care about making people comfortable. We care about what is right. We care about the protection of women.
Hey, Charlie, you're a full-on dad mode. No, Charlie, he got 2 kids and he's married. Shout out to you, and congrats, by the way, on the family. But that's full-on dad mode right there. That's some things that you should learn from your parents. And unfortunately, a lot of these young people have not learned that from their parents. That's where the influencers come in. Can I say something right quick?
So
Let me just say something. You get a good free stream with Charlie. Okay. Now listen, the reason why guys like Charlie are popular, the reason why guys like myself are popular, people like Candace Owens, a lot of people do not have proper authority figures in their life, whether it be mother, father, grandparents, aunts, uncles. They don't have proper authority figures in their life. Parents don't care. Let them do whatever they want to do. So they get to be 18, 19 years old. They don't have the tools necessary to really tackle society. And they're faced with certain things and they don't know which way to go. Okay, how should I feel about this man being in a woman's locker room? In school, they're telling me that it's okay, but I should know that it's not okay. My parents are not really giving me the information. Sometimes the parents are just as liberal as their teachers, so they're lost. And Charlie, me, others, we come in to fill the gap where the parents did not fill it. All right, let's keep on going. Now, this is something I want you to see. Okay.
I had a neighbor.
This is what I want you to see right here. This individual, this is the kind of guy that will be in the women's restroom. I just want to show you that right now, just to drive it on home, to drive Charlie's point home. I want to show you what you're going to be faced with. Check it out.
Confront me for using the women's restroom. I lived here for 4.5 years. Everyone should know that I'm a trans woman. I've always been known as Kaylee. I've always used she, her pronoun. I've been having.
So that's Kaylee right there. She uses she, her pronouns. You cool with that? Would you want that guy to be in the bathroom, locker room, any kind of private area with you? I don't think so. But let's keep going here. All right. Kaylee said his piece. Now, here we are talking to the young lady about MAGA. Is it a cult? Let's get into it.
Do you agree/disagree that the Make America movement, Make America Great movement, again, MAGA movement, is a cult?
No. Why don't you explain to me and the audience what is a cult?
Of course. Okay. Do you know any characteristics of a cult?
Sure. I mean, you could take the Jonestown death cult, of which there was a charismatic leader that constantly lied people, and they took him out of everyday normal life and leads them towards ostracization and cutting off of family ties. Am I getting closer to describing the Democrat Party?
According to no.
that was good, Charlie. That was a good one. And I felt that one coming too. I felt it. And that was perfectly done. Great timing. The audience liked it. And she was caught off guard. I loved it.
No, what I'm talking about is MAGA. According to the Bethune-Cookman University.
Bethune-Cookman is crazy. You mean Bethune-Cookman? Bethune-Cook? What is that? Bethune-Cookman, HBCU. I mean, I can understand pronouncing Bethune wrong, but Bethune and then Cook, it's Cookman. It's one word, Cookman. But anyway.
Website. Characteristics of a cult include isolating members and criticizing them for leaving. Would you say that members of the MAGA movement will criticize others for leaving?
What are we leaving? Like, what is it? Is it like a organization? Do I have to file like papers? Like, I don't really understand. I don't really get it, because I think one thing that has not been done is we've not been given a definition of what quote unquote MAGA is. I think it's kind of rooted in classism. I'll get to that in a minute.
Well, yeah, I mean, but you guys criticize players that transfer out of the University of Tennessee football team. That's not a cult. I would encourage you to dig deeper and be more of a free thinker.
And I will, and I am a free thinker. And I grew up in a conservative household. And once I left my parents and their beliefs, and I moved to college in a very conservative state, I actually become more progressive.
Well, what's happening right now is you're being indoctrinated by some of these teachers. Okay. Yes, you're in Knoxville. Yes, you're in Tennessee. Yes, you're in a conservative state, but you're in the city and you're in college and you're like 18, 19, whatever the case may be. You're easily influenced by some of these charismatic leaders. I mean, professors.
Okay. And so how is your relationship with your parents?
I mean, it's fine. We don't agree on most things, but...
Wait, so they didn't kick you out for having a different opinion? They're terrible cult members.
Exactly. Your mom and dad still love you. You're going to go home for you're probably home right now for spring break, and you are waking up at 12 noon, eating pancakes and the whole 9 yards, and you go downstairs and you cuss your dad out for voting for Donald Trump. That's what's going on. Okay, so I think that was very well done, Charlie. Shout out to you, man. But look, as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to all the people who were there, all the students, whether they be liberal, conservative, or whatever, because it's good to be open to hearing the opposite side. I would love to do that. If I was in college, if I was that age, a young person, hey, let me hear from everybody. Let me hear from a Charlie Kirk. Let me hear from, I don't know, your most, bring The View, bring Whoopi Goldberg, all of them. Have everybody speak, get their voice out, and what'll happen is the good ideas will live and the bad ideas will die. That's the whole spirit of the freedom of speech in this country. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your opinion about what Charlie Kirk did here at UT? Did he give some good answers, bad answers? How about the questions? Good questions, bad questions, somewhere in between? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I think Charlie Kirk did a good job. Shout out to the students for showing up, whether they be conservative, liberal, or whatever. I appreciate them being open-minded enough to hear him out, to not try and drown him out, to not try and do all kind of extra weird, crazy stuff. Let him get his point across. You get your point across. And again, the good ideas rise to the top. The bad ideas fall to the bottom and fade away. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.